See if we can't find a game. Ready up. Searching for additional teammates. Searching for a match. There's always people playing it, it's just maybe their servers are crap. Well, they don't look after this side of the game. It's all Ultimate Team or nothing. The servers probably are rubbish. Hopefully this time around we'll actually find a game. Match found. Exciting. Let's see if it loads into it. That'll be even more exciting, that will. The game doesn't just shit its pants. Hey! So we've got goalkeeper, left, right, and a striker. Goalkeeper's fucking mental. 92. Beast. We've got some good players, and I'll have options left and right. It's probably going to be a front 3. It's probably going to be a 4-3-3, I think it's going to put us in. So I'll be playing at the base of a 3, which is fine. That was a decent shot from distance there. Considering I've got nothing in the shooting. Pardon me. Right, here we go. Okay, mark the space, stop the opposition. There's only 2 of them, I think. I'll look at it. Immediately, I can see that he's the danger, so I'm going to just step forward. I'm just going to walk around. I don't need to hassle him that much. So I don't need to move too much because I'm at the base of the defence, or the midfield really. Let him go. I'm going to mark my man. I'm going to sprint back to make sure I stay in front of him. That's awful from the keeper. How he's got beaten by there, I don't fucking know. Alright, whatevs. I'm going to call for it. He's not going to pass it to me because he's El Greedo. Oh no, he has. I take it. Immediately I'm going to go straight out there. Didn't sprint, didn't move, just let him get in position, straight out to him. Used R1 and X for a powerful, driven ground pass. Here again you can see you'd be playing on the left, I'm slightly on the right. I've cut that space out beautifully. Knew exactly where he was going to put that ball. I'm going to drift across. I'm coming across the bottom of the midfield. He's been greedy. Thought he was better than he was. Here we've lost the ball. I'm going in and marking the one centre forward they've got so they can't get it to him easy. They're going out right. He's got that one. The defenders have got him. I'm marking the extra man in the middle. I'll come across. He doesn't want to pass to me. I don't need to sprint to go forward. I'm just going to jog forward, get in this position here. I'm sitting, I'm anchoring right in front of their team. I might be at the base of a 3, you know, at the base of a 2 on the right. So you just got to kind of inverse imagine that I'm on the opposite side on the left. So here I'm going to cut in again. I'm going to come across just in case he needs me. There you go, I'm in that little gap. Good delivery, good header, should do better. Here I can see he's the danger man because he's in red, but I don't want to mark him. I want to mark the centre forward. I don't mind if he gets the ball because I'm 5 yards in between me and him, so if he gets it, I can turn and mark him. Here I've let him go. What I'm going to do is watch him in the middle, handed him off to defender. Now I'm going for the one at the back. So I kind of pushed their player just with my body shape and position towards the defender. He got in there, and then it was comfortable for me to just let the defender mark him, and I comfortably took the extra person. Here again, I'm going to walk up into the space.
The attack continues. They're making
I'm going to sit here. He's crossed it in. Lovely header. But where I was sitting just out there, if the defender had cleared it, I would have been in a position to attack the ball.
So in business once more.
Here from the kickoff, I'm just going to drop in. I don't need to go forward and attack anything. I'm just going to sit in here. In this little hole, because now we can't play it to the centre forward. He's forced that winger to come all the way over. He takes a touch and goes around the back. We've got 3 people around him. He takes a ball off. I'm now going to break out on this side because I've spotted there's a bit of room. Doesn't look like there's much else on. I'm going to turn back and I'm going to lay it off simple.
Back with Ramos. Well, couldn't quite find his teammate.
Now, this is where you'd be. He's cutting through. I'm going to try and charge back and get in that space in between.
Real defensive resilience.
Here, I've walked my way back. I didn't sprint back in at the last minute there, because if you walk, you get more control over your positioning. Or if you're jogging, sorry, not necessarily walking, you'll get more control over your position. From the kickoff, I kind of don't really want to go too far forward. I don't really want to do anything from the goal kicks. I just want to kind of float in that position again. There you go. They've miscontrolled the header. I'm right in that position to make the interception. Should have done better with that. I don't know why my character didn't head it.
Pavlov.
Here, I'm just marking their number 9. I'm now the last man back, and I've pressed circle and I've made the tackle at the last second. Here, I've flowed out. I see he's making a run. Nice big triangle pass down the wing. He's off. I'm not going to sprint. I don't need to. It's not my job to.
It did look on for them, but not to be.
Here, they think they've got a break on in the middle. There you go. He sniffed it out. That's exactly where Paul would have been. Notice I came around the back just in case he didn't. I've then covered the space. Here again, I've now sussed this man, the number 8, as the danger. I'm cutting him out. I'm staying in front of him by sprinting. Goalkeeper straight into his hands because he didn't have anyone open. Terrible cross. He's going to lay it out. I'm going to call for it. And then I've seen that bloke over there. I'm going to try and go long. I fucked it up. I should have gone over the top with an L1 and triangle. Here, there you go. Step forward. Don't give them too much space to play in. If you give them that 5 yards, it's more often than not they'll make a bad touch and you'll be able to just step forward and take the ball off them.
No luck keeping possession.
Here again, I spotted the number 8 and I've just dropped in front of him. There you go. Defence makes a tackle. El Greedo's going to try and go for it down the wing. Call for it back. I'm wide open in the middle. No, it doesn't want me. Fine, I'm giving up. I'm going to let him go and I'm just going to actually stop moving at that point. So I was like, he's going to shoot. So we'll just switch off. From the kickoff again, we just shuffle over.
Guess how this is going to finish. 2-1 currently.
Cover the striker, shuffle around. This would all be stuff that you'd be doing next to Paul, so Paul would be marking that number 9 at this point. You'd be where that number 5 is. You ideally want to be sprinting there so that you get back in cover. I'm just going to sit right in here. That's a shocking pass. That's absolutely awful. Wow, he didn't manage to hit me there. That's exactly the type of space you want to be in, though. Just floating in between that little pocket, just to give the man an outlet ball. Here we go. From the kick, from the back towards our own goal. He's got it. I'm now just absolutely gunning it because I've seen that there's an acre of space in the middle. Can't keep up with play, so I've come off the accelerator. There you go. Just got in the back of the net. I was up there if I needed, but I wasn't really doing much. What I would have done if we hadn't have scored there is it would have allowed us to keep the pressure high up the pitch because it would have been slightly higher up. It isn't an ideal game because there's not a lot that I'm actually doing. All I'm really doing is kind of just shuffling forward from the back. They can't defend. This will be better.
And problem solved for now.
There we go. We get it from here. Do a little bit of the right stick. Flick it that way just to turn immediately. Turn back towards our own goal, and then it opens up the space to then pass it off. Just there, we shut down the space, don't let him come forward with the ball. And there again, where I've dropped off him, they've gone to try and lay it off to him. He's not there. Here, who covers for me, I fill in at left back. I'm just going to call for it. He's not passed it to me, but fair enough. Now I'm going to jog forward, and I want to sit. He wants me to be in this position. I don't really want to be on the right, but never mind. I'm sitting here, I'm watching a number 8. I've also seen at the back stick there's someone making an absolute terrifying run. That was interesting. I just completely missed that.
A chance then for the respective managers to
that was lucky because that last moment there, they had an overlap on, and they had 3 unmarked at the back stick, and the computer just didn't, or they didn't go for the cross across the field. It would have absolutely opened them up. You can see my stamina's about 50%. That's kind of what you want. I've been probably a little more attacking than I should have been, so the second half I'm probably not going to bother attacking at all because I want to save all of that stamina for all of my defensive work. You've not really got to see me do much of the dark art stuff, so I'll try and show it a little bit in the second half if I can. It's all little bits and pieces. Like here, I see their number 8. I'm just going to block him off. He can't make the run. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's probably going to try and score an own goal because he's a dickhead and he's bored. So again, this is completely unhelpful. actually be able to teach you anything. There you go, he's scored an own goal. I hope he feels like he's got a giant boner.
No wonder he's hanging his head.
Well, as you can see, it came off him last, and as a result, it will be an own goal. So unfortunate.
I'm going to call for it because I don't really want that red one to have it. There we go. And immediately straight out to the winger. He's in position. I'm now coming up. I'm like, here you go. Full of layoff, drop back. So dropping back there, it does two things. One, it creates cover. Perfect. It creates cover for when they're going to break. It's like every time we lose the ball, I automatically drop back. I'm not sprinting back to start with. I just do it without sprinting. If you see a smaller player who's already in front of you, don't sprint back to try and cover him. He's already gone. Forget it. Cover the ones that are behind him that you're in front of still. Here again, didn't really push anything, just kind of went into the space where I thought they were going to go to shoot. So you just come over towards the player with the ball in those areas. Goalkeeper looks like he's got that. He's muffed the header.
Well, quite simply, not precise enough from that position.
Here from the goal kick, I'm actually going to pull out wide because I can see that the wing has gone wide on the opposite side, but that's fair enough. Didn't go to him. Comes out to their one normal player. He's gone round me.
Able to get a body in the way.
And that will happen. You'll get players go past you.
Mark.
There you go. I've called for it there. Saw him on the outside. Gone for an L1 and triangle and played it over the top. Now I don't need to attack any more than I am doing. I'm going to call for it here. That's a shame. So I was actually in a better position to take that and hit it. Here I'm just sitting in front of their number 8. It's now sitting in front of the centre forward, making sure they can't get the ball straight up to their centre forward immediately.
And that was a very fine read.
Going to step forward a little bit just to fill in that gap.
Half an hour remaining.
And here again, I've just seen a number 8. He's making a sprint and run, so I'm now going to sprint back. And I've ended up being right in front of him at the right time to intercept.
Good physical play.
Here again, I've just marked the centre forward, making sure they don't have a pass on the ground to him. And you see it from distance, and it's gone well over. So the easiest way to slow players down when they're running at you is just to hold L2 and you just sort of square them up. Oh, that's not really what I wanted there. Didn't really think that was going to fall to me. It's gone past him. I go for the slide tackle. He's gone round it. That's all right. The NPC's there. Just lay it off easy. Don't need to think of anything, you know, amazing to do with it. That allowed me to get the space, which I've then gone for the Hollywood pass. Probably shouldn't have done. The character's absolutely knackered as well. So I've now got 0 attacking ability. What I've got is just the ability to shuffle around defensively and mark the men. I'm just sitting in that space. It's nothing that I really want to do at this point. We're in the last 20 minutes of the game. I kind of just want to mark that area.
Now Teixeira. Oh,
they've gone long offside.
To run, and the flag does go up. Well, we have 20 minutes left in this game.
There again, because I didn't sprint forward, I was just sitting in that space at the back. And again, I'm just going to float in this little area, so it's like back if he needs. He's not going to because he's super greedy. I'm like, no, give it to me. He's like, no, I don't want to.
Have it again.
They're trying to build a triangle. I've taken away one point of the triangle. No offside. Doesn't matter. I've called for it short. Hopefully he's going to give it to me. There we go. There's an example here. You can get it in that position, straight out to him. Straight out wide. 1-2. Now we're on the attack down the wing. And where I want to be is just about here. And that little bit just behind. It will be roughly behind Andrew. There you go. Straight in the interception position. Like, here, I'm here for the layoff.
Get in behind them. Let's fly here.
That's exactly what I wanted to do, was just crack a shot. But it's that little area just in between. It's kind of like in between Andrew and the halfway line. That's roughly where you want to be sitting.
Promising sequence.
There you go. Look, I'm back if he needs. Back if he needs. Not gone for it. Take it now. And I'm just going to go straight back to the centre back. Took my time. Didn't sprint forward with it. Just took one touch, two touch, didn't move, and laid it straight off. There, they've won the header. They've gone for the recall. The only other player on is this guy in the middle, so I'm just going to mark him. There you go. The NPC's got an easy tackle on. So I took away his passing option. Here again, he goes for the run, and bang. So I took away the immediate passing lane. It's like cutting out the passing lanes in FIFA is so powerful. This guy has gone for a run.
Forward, but time is very much against them here.
Easy cross to the keeper. If he cut it back to the number 8, he was actually in front of me. What I'm going to do here is just drop in.
And he did well to cut it out. A chance for him to get in behind, maybe.
So I'm almost here. I'm only just over the halfway line. Just trot in. Just trot in. Nice and deep. And that way, if the number 8 tries to go for it, there you go, look. He tries to go for it right in front of the striker. Didn't work out that time. But eventually the team gets back into shape because I helped slow it down by just being in that area. Made him move it an extra step that I didn't want to. Just here, you can see where the space is. Look at the acre of room here. And just sit in this space here, so that then, if that player had worked it sideways, I could shoot, or I've got, I don't know, like a half hour to find a pass. It allows other people to move into space if you just trot around into space yourself here. I'm in space, I'm not going to sprint, I'm just going to take my time, pick my pass. Just jogging along, and again, now I'm jogging. Now I'm going to sprint. Because right at the end there, you see the space that I had to attack at the back post where everyone else had pulled in. Now I'm massively out of position and I've got no stamina to get back, so that's a bit of an issue. This is where you shouldn't get caught out, you know, especially 3-2 up in the last minute of the game, but it doesn't really matter. There, I'm just going to give it quick. That was just a square pass immediately. It's like a first-time square pass. Sometimes they're really good because you can catch defences out. And you'll knock it up over and past a couple. That wasn't an ideal example of how really to play it. It was a lot more of how to sort of just float in the space and work with the passing. It didn't really give you an example of how to play the dark arts side of it. So I wonder if I can find another game. I might be able to. Even if I can only just find another 45 minutes of a game. Really what I want is one where either I'm the lone player or there's 4 or 5 on the other team, you know. I want to be the only CDM and I want to have their attackers pressing us all the time. I don't want whatever that was where it was just like against one and it was just piss easy. Because you didn't have much to do really. It was just a lot of floating into space, making sure you're in those intercepting positions in between. So you don't even have to really get up and tackle players. If you sit 5 yards off of them, as long as you're between them and the player you think they're going to pass to, which is normally the one highlighted in red. If you just stay in that area, hold L2, and you'll shuffle left and right, and then as soon as they go and try and knock it past you, you smash R2 and you'll sprint. So you let go of L2, hit R2, and you go from being statically moving to then sprinting to try and intercept. I'm going to try and play this one a bit more like the old dark arts side of it. So we're going to try and play very bit more aggressive. That's sort of like the more passive way to play the CDM position. The more aggressive way is probably what you prefer, but you've got to be pinpoint with your tackling and you can't attack. That's the other side of it. So you go, I'm playing central midfield, which is interesting. We've got a right back, weird. Left and right wingers and a striker. None of us are that good, which is brilliant. Have a pot shot, have a dig. Yeah, you'll see that from here, like, your long shooting is garbage. There's not a lot of point to it, but it's not what you're in the team for. Oh, is there even anyone on the other team? Yeah, one guy. Alright, let's see if we can try and play a little more aggressive anyway.
And the general feeling is we should be in for a spellbinding occasion. Stuart, tell us about your pre-match thoughts.
Well, thanks, Derek, as always. The scene is set.
Here, I'm just
Two good teams, a great
a little
playing
bit.
surface,
There you go, into
and
this
a
position
vibrant
here.
atmosphere.
In the
Has all
space.
ingredients for a really exciting
Oh,
game.
he shouldn't have stepped forward. I had him. He's gone. I've seen my man. I need to mark is this lad in the middle. Now I'm going to switch and take this one. And there you go. He's over past it. And we've got the ball forward. And we're coming to this position.
Poor pass,
Yeah, it was
under
poor
no
from him,
real
really.
pressure.
He should have turned and waited for me to get in a better position. I was right behind the player. He thinks he's God's gift to FIFA, this lad.
Back with Pereira. Zhu. A chance
Over
maybe
the
from
top.
the wide
All I've got to do
position.
is, that's it, cut out
And
this
a
man
wretched
here.
cross, really, over everyone.
Crossfield.
Possession lost.
Terrible, terrible touch from him. I've looked, I've seen him open over there. I've just gone for the great big Hollywood. Don't mind that it gives the ball away at the moment. There you go, that's how you slide tackle. See, like a little bit of gap. Bang! Have some of that. Now we're going to start winding that bloke up. It's good actually that he's sitting on that side.
Out, really.
So I'm going to sit more on that side now, I think. I'm going to try and wind him up
superbly.
by not allowing him to get past me. Peter's like, no, get back in the middle, and I might get lost.
Flynn.
There you go, he's got like 2 or 3 around him every time. I'm just marking the men deep, making sure he doesn't have an easy passing option. Shuffling left and right. He's got it back, goes round 1, fancies himself.
Now a decent position.
He's called for it, so I saw that. I've covered the winger because that was a space, but can't chip it through because I've just come back to the centre off the wing, give it off easy, and we move forward again. That's a decent ball over the top. He's not going to get there, but it looked good. Again there, you see I didn't bother attacking. I've only actually just sat on the halfway line. So I was like, that's where I should be. This guy is going to try and cut inside, I think. There you go, see, I backed up, and then hit the circle button. I was like, bang, have some of this. Yeah, I see your red there. It took me time, didn't sprint again, and then L1 a triangle over the top. Again, you can see I'm just sitting on the halfway line, don't need to attack. Look how many players we've got forward. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in the box. I don't need to be in there. What do I need to be in there for? As soon as the goalkeeper gets it, I step forward, so I'm just that little bit higher up, so the team can keep the press on.
Good pressure high up the pitch.
Again here, I'm going to come a little bit further forward because I wanted to be just in here. There we go. And then I can dink it like that. It would have been a bit better if the yellow player had actually got into that area, but it worked out. But that's that little bit there where you can see out wide, the red guy got in trouble. I stepped in and then was able to get into a position to provide a cross. That's where you want to be in more of an attacking sense. Here, again, he's going to try and dilly-dally. I'm using the L2 to keep up with him. Teammates taking him out. He didn't need to because I'd actually just got into the point where I could tackle him. It's a bit of a shame, really.
Room to manoeuvre on the wing.
Here we go, he fancies himself. He's going to call for it back in a minute. I've marked a space that he wants to run into because I've just stood in front of it. Here he goes, good block from the defenders because we've got plenty of numbers back. Oh, I didn't ask for anything there, FIFA. He's gone for the shot. But because we ran in and closed the gap, it put a little bit more pressure on him from the corner. Just mark my man. Make sure he can't sprint past me. He's called for it short anyway.
And it wasn't really the ideal
Here we'll just jog over for the throw so that we're in a good position so that we can just take it if needed. And he's just gone long with it, which is interesting. I'm going to jog all the way over this way to provide a passing outlet if he needs. Just hold L2. There you go, I'm just in front of my marker. I'm going to sit in this little gap here just in case he needs to come back. He loses it. The right back's gone forward, so I'm just going to slot across. I've marked that one out. He's not going down that side. He's actually going to look for this bloke here. He's laid it off. I'm now sprinting. Sprint. Hit the L2 and I come off the sprint immediately just to slow down. Here again, I'm just on the L2 just to cover the space in between. Easy peasy. Here from the goal kick. Come up and I've gone in between the midfielders again.
Silva has it.
They've gone for the overlap down the right. I'm not going to bother attacking because I don't need to. There you go, the ball comes out here, put the pressure on. If I'd been a little bit higher up the pitch there, I probably would have got that back.
Well, that ball looks promising.
There you go, now I'm in front of their number 5, don't need to be. Drop back in. There's another player there who's won that back, perfect. They win it back, they're going out that side again, because that's where their only player is. He wins it, he's laid it off quick, he wants it quick. I've seen the defender's got him, I've got the inside route on him, so he can't cut it back. Knew he was going to cut it back, so I slowed down, held the L2. Passed it, I've covered the angle, and he's given fuck all the way there. So it's all really about your positioning and making sure you're kind of like in between defenders and attackers, making sure you're kind of like you position and block the spaces when they develop. You don't really want to go too far forward. Here again, I saw their striker was running, so I just covered the gap. And then the left back stepped up and tackled. It was easy for us, really. Again, you're not really getting to see too much of the dark art side of it. There's not really much I can do. I should be providing an option for him now. Didn't think he was going to pass it backwards, though, because he doesn't seem to want to. He just wants to go forward all the time. He's got it again. He's going to push it out. That guy's going to try and tackle him. Oh, he's missed. But you see, I sprinted over to cover just in case he wanted to pass it out wide. When he didn't in turn, I immediately stopped, went back inside, and was like, right, he's not come out on the left. Now I go back and I cover my centre position where I should be. I've got way more stamina this time around. I'm playing on the right of the two. It's a shame I'm not playing on that left, really, isn't it? Shame I'm not the captain and I can't just change it over myself. There you are. But it's all just the little nuances about playing in the hole, making sure that you're covering the gaps. It's all the spaces where Andrew would want to be sitting that I showed you in the first video. They're all the spaces that you want to be sitting defensively to try and cut those passes out. Again, this isn't the best example and you're not really getting the dark art side of it because there's not really much I can do when players aren't pressing from behind you. But if they do run behind you, if you hold L2, you'll sometimes get lucky. So if I do it, try and do it here. You can see here I've blocked off their striker. I'm just blocking him. Blocking him, blocking him, blocking him. Blocking him, blocking him. You can do that on or off the ball. It'll drain your stamina, but that will stop other players from being able to run. You can see there, I absolutely suffocated him there. I just got up and held L2 on top of him. So I could just cut him out. They had absolutely no passing lane then to that centre forward. So I was just bullying him. Because again, you're bigger and you're more physical. Here, I'm going to come up and I'm going to just going to bully this midfielder. I'm going to get nice and tight. There you go, he stepped around me to start with. That's okay. Here again, I'm going to get tight on him. I'm going to stand in front of him this time. And see the number 9 wants to make a run off with me, so I'm just going to sprint a little to cover that gap there. And I'm almost playing like another centre-back, how deep I am. Yeah, I didn't actually ask for a tackle, but he's gone for it and covering this Baldy, number 6. Making sure he doesn't get the space, so he can't whip the ball over to him. I don't think he's going to. He's going to ask for it back. Yeah, there you go, easily suffocated that out. Here again, we lose it immediately, so I drop straight in, cover the centre forward. Watch that one making a run. Saw him too late. That's who I should have been covering, was that one making the run. I should have seen him a little earlier. To do with the pink afro, wants to cut it back and just providing an option for him. There we go. He comes back. No pressure on the ball, so I've got all the time in the world just to do that. Just moves it from side to side. Here, there, he should have done better with that. I peeled off to give him the option. There, it's good team pressure to win the ball back. I'm just going to sit in this little gap in here. And then I'm just going to walk back. I'm only really jogging. That's it, cover that man. Got more space here. I'm just sitting in and marking. I'm going to jog over and I'm going to take that man out of the game. There you go, wins a header. Even if he had won it, it would have been straight to me. My player just ended up ducking out of the way here. A bit more aggressive, a bit further forward. Sitting in a little hole, trying to find that space. There we go, he's gone back to me. I'm just holding it. Nothing on, so I'm just going to go backwards. I'm just going to hold it and build the ball. I'm going to come here. Doesn't want to pass to me. Fair enough. I've been marked out. Oh, we're lucky. If that hadn't been offside, I was going to charge up and take the ball off of that player. But that's where sitting deeper helps, attacking me. Because then you'll stop the counters by sitting that bit deeper. Here, I knew he wanted to pass inside, cut that out. We're just sitting again in that space. Not a lot to do, win it back. Immediately I saw him making the run, a little triangle pass. Straight through there. And back if he needs, he's not used it. We cover the centre, the central attacking midfielder. He goes out wide, there's a massive gaping hole out there. That's fine. If you see, look, now I've filled in at centre back. Oh, piss, that's fine. I went for the sliding tackle at the last minute, because it's like I'm either going to get sent off or they're going to score. I don't know how the fuck we're losing this 2-0. We've only got one player. Shows you how wank the attackers are playing. But it just goes to show you, even if you do everything right, you could still lose the game 2-0. And it can be frustrating because it's like, it's not 1,000,000% your fault. You're covering your players 90% of the time.
And that's been because of their ability to win the ball back so quickly.
And you will make mistakes, and you will concede via it. Here again, cover the run, saw the man in the middle making the run, go back and cover him, so I've dropped in like a centre-back. I'm going to step forward because I don't want to be that deep. But again, I wasn't really sprinting, I was just using L2. Here I've sprinted up to the ball. Here again, I'm just going to sprint in, cover the ball. I'm going to provide an option if possible, just be like, there you go, it's short if you need. He's not going to take it. I'm going to drop in again, provide that option. It doesn't look like he wants it at all, so we'll just go across and try and provide it there. There we go, he's eventually seen it. We'll take it, turn, all the time in the world when we play the long ball out. As a square pass out to the wing. And again, on the offensive side, should do better. Really, really rubbish passing from the forwards there.
Oh, he's given us away inexplicably.
Yeah, I'm right up on the edge of the box because I'm being right aggressive now. Dropped in, and I want to cover that player there because I can see that might be a potential outlet. There, it's a little frustrating because I wish he'd nodded it back to me because I was in an acre of space here. In the perfect space just to take it up. Floating in that little gap in between like the right back and the midfielder. Just a little bit of space that attackingly gives you an option to then release a pass off to that player. Here I'm going to come across and cover this one, the number 7. They're going to make a run out wide. That's fine. He's not seen it anyway. He's now just running backwards. Let's try and skid his way around everyone. There you go, easily mopped up because he tried to go for the 1-2. Because I'm sitting in the right position. Just pass it off, pass and move. Just jogging up the field. That's a really poor finish again. And we somehow managed to tuck it in, but I think it's going to be a foul or offside. Again from the goal kick, we just shuffle over. We don't need to go that aggressive. I'm just going to go up a little bit higher here. Number 7's trying to make the run out wide. We'll just cut that off. Come back across, cover the middle. He wants to now make the run inside. I've just stood him up. Perfect, there we go, look at that. Numbers round him. He's come in the middle. Not providing a passing option at the moment. That's fine, I'm really just there to cover. You see he was going to sprint our way from it all anyway. Sitting here, sitting deep. Called for it, doesn't want to use me. Here, the back post is wide open. Just at that last moment when you see the back post is open, that's where you can make a little darting run to the back stick.
We have it, 2-1. The referee has
Here we're just going to mark out their number 9. He's going to run for it. I just want to come across, not sprinting, just walking or jogging. And then again, I just jog back into position. Sometimes all you have to do is just jog into a position to cover the space, and that'll discourage them from passing in that space. Again, I didn't really get to show the dark art side of it. Other than that little like L2 to buffer people, you can either do that defensively just to get in their way and just sort of knock them about a little bit. It'll just put someone off their game, because whenever you do that, it then makes the controller vibrate, so even if they're not particularly paying attention, you could just like buffet the life out of them, as long as you're not keeping them on like onside or something. Just knock them around a little bit, and it might put them off a little bit, or they'll get frustrated and be like, get off me. Or then the alternative is when they're, the way that it'd work ideally in an attacking scenario is when you have the ball, you then pass it off to like Paul, who's next to you. The striker, who's inevitably going to be like running at you at 100 miles an hour to try and get the ball back. You then want to step across to put yourself in between Paul and that striker, and then hold L2, because he should then just run into the back of you, and then you're just going to be standing over with your arms out, blocking that space. Which, if you can do that and you can get your positioning right to do it, and again, you don't have to sprint into that position, or you shouldn't have to. You should just have to jog across into it if you give yourself enough time to make the pass and then get in that position. So it's all just kind of about blocking off the space in between attackers and the opposition and your teammates. If you just cut the space out so that they don't have anywhere to put the ball, I mean, it all comes with experience as well. I think the best the best thing that I can say really is don't try and play too fast. Play slow if you need to. If the easiest pass on to you is to literally just hold L2 and then work the players around you, let them, you know, press from behind you, and you just hold them off with your strength, and then you just lay the ball off with X and just, you know, send it backwards. Even if you go back to the goalkeeper, that's no hardship, as long as you don't give it away to the opposition. That's kind of the worst thing you can do, especially in deep position. You just don't want to turn the ball over deep because you'll get punished for it. But yeah, just lay it off. You can either lay it off quick, lay it off slow, take 3-4 touches, slow the game down. It doesn't really matter, so long as you keep the ball in that position. And then, yeah, the dark art side of it will come. The slide tackling as well. Like, once you've mastered the ability to block people off and you feel more comfortable with your standing tackling, which is all just like a timing thing. And you saw it in the last game where the guy literally went round one player, and I could tell immediately as soon as he'd gone round him, he was going to hold R2 and sprint, because he wanted to sprint into the space that he thought was there. As soon as I saw him go round that player, sprinted into the gap, or positioned myself into the gap. I can't remember which I did now. And then, as soon as he knocked the ball round the player, I pushed the circle button to just go in for a tackle, because I was like, I'm going to do one or two things. I'm either going to tackle and win the ball, or I'm going to foul him, and either one's going to piss him off, because I've stopped the play. So that's kind of how you do the dark art side of it, and the slide tackling will come. The only thing I'd say about slide tackling is don't do it in a box, and don't do it from behind. That's kind of the two keys for that. But yeah, hopefully it might help a little bit if that's not too confusing for you. But yeah, any questions, just let me know.